One of the most storied venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Notre Dame coming off a 10-win season, but there was a sour taste in their mouth after they were left out of the college football playoff. Marcus Freeman has so many great recruits loaded with talent. He knows this team is going to have a huge chip on their shoulder as they try to get back into the college football playoff this season. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Sooners ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Wants to change this route. Here's Carr to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown Sooners!
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Throwing, Carr. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick six, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
The Irish send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
Now on the return. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back to the ground with the running back. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
They're working that left side. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. The screen. He can go. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders.
There he goes. The 40. The 20. Inside. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Harris. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll go right back to him. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Dropping back, it's Notre. Rushes on him. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Carr. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass on second down. Plucks it out of the air. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on third down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. The inside handoff. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Handoff to Xavier. And he's knocked down.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. To the air, it's Notre. Going to try to pop one on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on fourth.
The Sooners decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Cradles it at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Finds his man, it's Mobley. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Motion from the back. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. A little release to the back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And defensively on 3rd down, man, that is absolutely your goal. You want to play top down, play back. If they want to dump the ball off to the running back, so be it. But you got to tackle him, and you got to get him to the ground. And that's exactly what this defense does, and they force the 4th down.
4th down, Carr. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're testing the right side here. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
The play-action fake. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
Tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Punt is on its way. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field.
Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got some room, it was over. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run it. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense jumps on it, they get that turnover. Scoop and score!
Is that for the big fella, and he wasn't going to just fall on that loose fumble. He decided to scoop it and score, and David shows off the athleticism.
I mean, we were born to do more. We just grew out of the running back body, but we're really all running backs at heart. It's just hard when you got to go that far because you're running out of oxygen. You could tell the gas tank was low, but the big fella getting the touchdown.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Looking for a man. It's Notre. Good hand decisions in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Here's a give to Robinson. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for a 2-minute timeout. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Under fire. Zings it complete to the right. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Irish use their 3rd and final timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. My goodness, he unloads on that one. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Running inside. It's Mobley. Maybe a crease. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Coming out with it, it's Harris. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Dropping back, it's Notre. Just a short pass to the tight end. Oh, what a move to get room. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there. And you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Avant. couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Right back to it. They'll stop him short of the first down. It brings up fourth, but the defense doesn't have any timeouts and can't stop the clock. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's start with South Alabama taking on the Tulane Green Wave. And it's the Jaguars, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the American Conference.
Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
That's a really good job by this defense because second and short, a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, third and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical team?
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
Yeah, and punts just aren't going to get this team back in the game. That was the problem early, just not able to convert on third downs, but a really good job there. Nice execution. That should really help their confidence moving forward.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Here's the pressure. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect their quarterback a little bit better.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Swings it out to his running back. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and they did, but this time the defense up to the challenge.
And when you slide that running back out of the backfield, like I'm thinking pass. I got to be locked in, and I got to see him, and as the linebackers have to see him and understand when the quarterback throws him the football, I got to break on it, and everybody's got to corral him because he's so dangerous after the catch.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are ripped. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything.
Snags it, and he's open. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Man, that is exactly how you execute an RPO. Like, quick read, get the ball out of your hand, get it to your receiver in space really quickly, on target, and you can make big plays. They made that RPO look so smooth and so effortless.
And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Throwing, Carr fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Completion to the right. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Running the red zone. It's Williams. Got enough space. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. Ready to try the point after. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly. Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thomas. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. It's picked off, and another empty drive. At the 35, he's loose. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
He stopped just short of the goal line at the one. An explosive play has him set up. On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have gotten down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
And they tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try the counter. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front seven are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
To the air, it's Batir. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got a man, it's Sategna. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So we open the final period with a third down play. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. To throw, it's Batir. Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Throws for the tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Just keep slinging it. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Bubba. Jet. Ready, go.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Right down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Finally brought down. The what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Carr. Complete to Williams over the middle. Still on his feet at the 35. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patters. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
Got it behind the line. It's Williams. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Red 54. Go.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Sends it back in motion. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense. So they're
picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th, and he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Got some room to run at the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Bring in the heat. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's Carr to throw. Big guy smells it. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time, couple of plays into the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looks like the offense will just take a knee.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Well, you don't see this very often, so much for fighting till the bitter end as they will concede defeat. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
The Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. Teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we